Well, heck, welcome in, and holy crap, we're starting off with a new sub, Angela Kraft. That name seems familiar. I swear I've heard it before somewhere. Double subscription somehow with Prime. Thanks, Angela, for the Prime sub. You'll get your cut right back of that. Actually, technically, that's not a bad move. Cause right, I mean, you're already paying money. You're basically getting can barely hear me. Can barely hear me. I suspect you may need to bump up your volume because everything looks fine on my end. In fact, I'm almost spiking, my friend. Not sure what else I might be able to do to help out there. All right, good. So we got a 50-50 on the audio. um, but yeah, so this guys, I'm afraid you might have to bump up the volume either on the stream or on your computer, because there's not much I can do to push more volume out from my end without blowing out a few things. But welcome in, Southern guys, welcome in. Anybody else who might be lurking or planning to lurk or planning to be active. Mine turned up. That is weird. That is weird. I literally just did a test and it's all sounding fine. Hmm. I'm sorry, bud. I'm not sure. Oh, you found it. Okay, good, good. I was like, I'm not sure what else I can do, and considering we're about to spend, according to Winamp here, about 80 minutes or so. That'll do it. That'll do it. Twitch sound. Gotcha. Gotcha. All right. Well, welcome in to the very first of what I hope to be a weekly series where every Friday evening we'll spend however long the episode is. This episode is 80 minutes. Are they all 80 minutes? I don't listen to our show. At least I didn't used to, not before now. Is this what you people subject yourselves to every week? Just a whole 80 minutes of us? Wild. I don't think they're normally that long, are they? This is a journey of discovery. There we go. 40 minutes. So we'll do all 80. This is apparently a special edition. So buckle in. Although feel free to drop off and listen to it at your own pace. Yeah, you'll be going. No worries. No worries. No expectations. No expectations to stick around. This very first episode is an experiment, and let's just see how this goes. Shall we? Shall we? All right, folks. Let's see. So I believe if I just hit this button here.
Hey guys, this is Jesus with the following Patreon
Hey, look at
listeners.
that. That's
Panda
Jesus.
John, Brownie
We're gonna
Davis,
keep the Patreon
Connor
stuff.
Arnold, Alice, MLKN, Timu Halasharu, Sarah
You know, I've
Chia,
I've said this to
Break,
Jesus before.
Go313,
Is it
Michael
just me, or is
Merwin,
there like a
Daniel
weird
Anderlin,
cadence to
and
these?
Mike's Mind. Thanks for helping
Right?
these Victorian homeowners bust some ghosts.
See what I mean?
Angela,
I
you
don't know.
see, as you hear that screech,
Might be just me.
both ghosts pause, and then they're like slammed back into the wall and disappear. And then immediately you see, as from those points, two animate hands, one on each wall, comes out.
So where there had been the branches for the ghosts,
Yes.
there's now animate hands.
Animate hands coming out of the walls.
Right? Exactly.
This
exactly.
is
So
a
I'm
great investment.
not imagining it.
Burn, Jesus.
Yeah, Jesus, and they just sprint off. I'm gonna.
Okay, so first of all, before we continue, who remembers where we left off last week? Hey, Swatter96, definitely sounds like he's trying to summon the donors to his room. I mean, it's not bad. It's just it's a different cadence, different reading voice from when he's running. It's interesting. It's interesting to me. But okay, so hopefully folks have listened to the previous episode. I believe on the last one there was a whole thing. We're back in the world of Von Hollow Metropolis, right? And we have brand new characters. And I believe Angela's character had managed to gather the rest of us to bring us back to St. John's Public House, so that we can deal with some kind of haunting that she's dealing with there. So let's see how that goes. I believe we had just recently entered the house, or really started exploring it when we left off. I have not listened to the previous episode. Why would I? Why would I, folks? But listen to it now. Let's see where we left off. I suspect at the beginning it's me. That's great. Let's see how that goes.
As they were like having that fantastic scene, you were scanning around.
Yep.
This dive part section, definitely not haunted.
I mean, if there are ghosts within 30 feet, I would get there was some activity. But that's about it, basically.
But yeah, so as far as you can tell, at least this top section, nothing.
Gotcha.
Maybe some ethereal signatures from the stairs going down,
Right.
but this section, there's nothing. That's why the gangers could be there.
Yeah, so
No
that's where
ghosts.
like he would eventually like drift over to the stairs. And then, I'm assuming everything down here is yours as well.
Right. There was a fight against some gangsters, right? Which I believe I was very ineffectual with. Or there was some intimidation against some gangsters. Okay, that reminds me. Now we're heading downstairs for the spooks. All right.
Correct.
Good, because this part of here is absolutely. Anybody, please bring my equipment. He says as he just start heading down. I mean, he assumes these are men here for carrying equipment. He has yet to quite realize that there was almost a shootout.
You hear the glug glug of a glass being poured, and you turn around, and he's like, well, "They already opened it."
Oh,
It
yes.
doesn't go bad just because it's been opened.
Okay, well, I'll pour it back. I say as I take a swig of it. Oh, that's a oh you okay? And I cork the bottle and I put it down and I lick my lips and I make a mighty like growl. And I'm like, right. Well, what would be like? What's a very Londony drink?
Oh, it'd be gin.
Gin.
In fact, I think we can only make gin in Unhallowed now because it's all from mushrooms, right? Yeah, it's all
Mushroom
gin. The
gin.
very wealthy can have other stuff, but like nothing grows. So
Good point.
Well,
Yeah.
things do
So-
grow, but not.
No-
Not anything you
nothing
wouldn't
that
want to drink.
Yeah, so if that was
Mostly-
like actual whiskey or brandy, it was probably like ancient.
Yeah.
So,
No, so yeah, he's like gin. Ain't worth the saliva it is to force it down. Okay, where are we going?
Downstairs. There's certainly where I encountered a presence. Is that the correct way of referring to it?
Depends on the type. We'll know soon enough.
Well, if the presence is anything close to them hooligans, we'll be done by morning.
If only.
Yes. Downstairs,
Foreshadowing.
Doctor.
And you head downstairs, and like I described before, you go into a very large. The middle section is a large space with various places to sit down to basically discuss things with individuals. Have a couple of drinks, but to either side, to the right and left, there's about on right side probably about 6 doors, on left side 5 doors, that most likely go into separate rooms. And then farther off downstairs, there's a set of stairs going down to a lower area.
Well, ain't this the prettiest little whorehouse in Whitechapel? Oh, man, this is all yours?
Indeed.
How much was this?
Not, probably more than I should have paid, and less than it will be worth once we've rid ourselves of this ghost.
So I got to pause here because I have a mental image at this point of St. John's Public House with multiple lower levels right beneath it. And have any of you ever played some of these sort of mobile like base building games? Like I think there was like a Fallout one recently where you're just constantly like building down. You're adding rooms, and each room has its own whatever purpose it is, and you're kind of like just building down. That's what St. John's Public House feels like to me. There's just floors, and each floor has rooms with also they just keep going. I have a feeling that if we just kept going down, Jesus would just keep making up floors as we go. That's my personal theory for St. John's Public House. I don't know if it's true or not.
Now, once you get rid of this ghost problem, this baby's going to be pumping in money. You got the atmosphere, you got the secret entrance. I like it.
speaking of which, my good lady, could you describe the apparition and the encounter that you had with them?
What's an apparition?
Apparition, it's a ghost.
A ghost,
We're
yeah.
not sure if we can define it quite simply as a ghost, because there are an array of different psychological or supernatural and preternatural phenomenon. That
A
is
plate flies across the floor.
So poltergeist is in the
that.
running.
The one that I had an interaction with was in this room over here. I point towards it. It started with a strange echoing when I stepped, and then it felt like a breeze. And when I stepped into the room, it was a person who had visibly met some sort of untimely end. And she could speak. She spoke to me, saying, "Hello, governor." And
Hello, Governor.
the neighbors
Hello,
informed me
Governor.
of at least half a dozen other apparitions that have been described in the past year or so since this was last occupied.
Interesting. This door here.
Yes.
Interesting, Doctor.
Yeah, the doctor's walking around, standing in front of each door. He's trying to get a count for how many spectral entities he can.
And you can determine how many ghosts are there?
Page 169 and 170.
Okay.
First roll is DR11 to figure out if there are ghosts.
Okay.
Second roll is DR14 to determine the number of spirits or sources of psychic energy in the area.
Roll it.
The direction of the most powerful, closest, or furthest source.
Okay.
So.
And I'm going to say this is just for this floor.
Yes. I mean, it's basically like a 30-foot range.
Because he hasn't made up the other floors yet.
And then, so that's 15 plus, that's a 21.
There are
So
ghosts.
I assumed I detect
Yes.
ghosts. Yes. And then the second roll, to get a general idea of the number of ghosts on this floor, that was another 14 plus, so another 19.
Very nice. Taking a brief count, trying to figure it out, you realize that there are a total of about, just on this floor, probably 4 ghosts. But also, a little harder, a couple of a larger number, but far weaker apparitions as well.
Gotcha. All right, yeah. So I would get, because the vibes that the device gives me is basically will 2 or less weak ghosts, 3 to 5 strong, 6 or higher incredibly
Yeah,
powerful.
so the apparitions will be the weak ghosts.
Yeah.
But the 3 to 5 is the 4 ghosts I mentioned before.
I do not know if these numbers mattered later on.
Strong presences.
And actually, I will give you, go to 19, right?
Yeah.
I'll give you this as well.
Yep.
The apparitions, actually, no, let me rephrase. You said the 4 ghosts, like I said, and also I think you first think it's multiple apparitions, weaker type of ghosts.
Mm-hmm.
You realize it's hard to separate the apparitions from each other.
Yes.
That's all I can say. They seem to be. It's hard to say where one apparition ends and another apparition. Ghosts are separate. There's 4 of them.
Yeah.
But the apparitions seem to be interconnected in some way. That's weird.
Strange, massive etheric energy. Weak individually, but mostly intermestral.
Ether? Do we have to get something around? Do we have to wear masks or something, or we're going to fall unconscious?
Not if I do my job right. Don't worry. Let's see here. And he kind of taps the glass on his detector, and all right. Well, that's. Maybe we can start emptying this floor out as we speak, or. And he kind of glances over at the. You said there's the stairs going further down.
There's stairs going further down, but on this floor, 4 ghosts and apparitions, which are far weaker ghost essences.
But they're just in a weird mass.
Yes, they're weird mass.
So we can take care of the ones here. I would just need a little bit of help setting up some equipment and just scaring them out here, so I can just take care of that. He keeps looking downstairs. That's where the big prey is. So he's obsessed.
For days.
So he's drifting towards the stairs. But if anybody wants to make him work up here first,
I'm leaning towards Thaddeus and I'm mumbling. Oh, so you're one of the Undertakers?
Yes, that's correct.
So I recognize the look. I mean, you got a look of one. Very, very, very professional looking. So I was wondering, can you kill a ghost?
Strictly speaking, no. At best, you can disassemble them on a spectral level, and then they...
No. I understand that, but can you yourself know how to kill a ghost?
Not with the equipment that I myself travel with. I'm more of a brick and mortar sort of undertaker.
I'm following. You're laying a trail. I'm sniffing it.
Speaking of which, and Thaddeus takes out a simple piece of chalk and then marks where Trudy first stepped and marks the doorway, the threshold she passed through, and walks through it to see if there's any sort of difference in environment, period. Just looking around.
Considering my theory about St. John's Public House and how its interiors change as needed and are in fact eternal and go on forever, that's not the worst idea. Probably, we've got kind of a house of leaves, St. John's Public House of Leaves situation.
So you're in the room where she saw the ghost.
Yes.
Give me a wits perception roll.
I'd love to. That's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
That is a 27. No, wait.
God damn.
Wait, 17.
Yeah.
Okay, I was like, what? 17? He's like, you take a look around and there's a rather dusty as hell because no one's been in there for a bit, but a rather nice room. You take a quick look around, and with a 17, you look at the walls, and they should be nice and flat and uniform. But as you look in one tiny corner of the room, there seems to be something raised, like something pushing through the wall. Not entirely through the wall, so you can't see it, but something was raised on it, like a crack of some sort. But as you try to look upon it, you hear a you look to your right and see a woman, again, in a corset with pants that are very short. And I need you to give me, because you're not immune to the fear from ghosts, give me a wits fear roll of 11.
Okay, but I also do have resolve, so I get to re-roll this.
Nice.
Is it a re-roll or to add bonus? I thought it just adds a bonus to your roll.
Oh, that's a good question. Let me check real quick. The character has become accustomed to the horrors of when the character fails a will fear roll, he is shaken but does not make a second roll. Oh, so I can't develop an insanity or have a heart attack.
There you go.
Like that.
Yeah, it just keeps you. It keeps you afraid, but you can't you don't freeze up.
Yeah, you can still get spooked. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, cool. Let's do it.
We this system we haven't played in a
Fuck
while.
yeah, 17 plus your will. Plus my will, which is 3, so 20.
There's a ghost in front of you.
Doctor!
And, Doctor comes over and sort of peeks inside the door.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even bothering because one of my abilities is familiarity spirits. Ghosts do not. I ain't afraid of no ghost.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't afraid no ghost.
He looks in and I'm assuming sees the spirit.
Yes, you do.
Great. A moment later, he reaches into his coat, pulls out his camera, takes a picture. and then walks back out. He's documented the haunting, and we'll work on getting up, but it seems to be staying in the room. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing that I very quickly discovered about ghost hunting in Unhallowed Metropolis. The game, being a ghost hunter in Unhallowed Metropolis and having the specific sort of ghost investigator class for all effects and purposes, is a bit like being a hacker in Shadowrun, where every single thing you actually do that affects the thing that you're meant to affect, it effectively just makes the rest of the party useless. It's just like, all right, here's a whole mini game just for that, and every single thing you do takes hours to set up, and and then at the same time, anything outside of that specialty, that's not a word, specialty. Completely useless. Completely useless. As soon as the fight breaks out, I'm like, I'll just be in the back here trying to not to cry. No, it's one of those things in games that annoys me a little. We dealt with it. We dealt with it. I think later on we'll see if it shows in this episode or if it's part of another one.
Doctor?
Doctor? Yes. He says as he's pulling out the photograph and doing the Polaroid shake.
Hi, moral support. Welcome in. Arvandos, that's
just to see what's going on.
That's a real familiar name, my friend. That's a real familiar name. Yeah, you should probably subscribe. That way you can watch our stuff without ads. Just saying.
Give me a fear roll.
And I got a 19.
There's a ghost.
Oh, wow. Hi there. My
Hello,
name is Nat Rook. You got a problem with
Jesus
the face.
does have those ghost
body's
voices down.
Poor little dear. She was stuck here. This is tragic. And I'm just going to take a couple steps back out of the room and look towards the doctor.
Yeah, the doctor's finally finishing up his photograph, which I'm assuming shows a blurry, streak vaguely resembling. All right, there we go. It doesn't seem to be aggressive. It hasn't left the room, has it?
Thanks, Angela. Hope to see you again at some point in the foreseeable future. But thanks for hanging out. And yes, Jesus, you are now tagged in. You are the official presence of Fandible in chat, while I am the official face of Fandible on whatever's happening here.
Not that I'm aware of, but...
Great, that's probably its haunt then. All right, well, do we want to start with this one then?
Should I try to converse with it, Doctor?
Oh, God, no. He says as he's going up the stairs to find where his the rest of his equipment is. He's gonna go fetch his basically
and
his
honestly,
ghost
the ghost just as long as you open that door, the ghost just stays there saying, "Hello, Governor." The ghost with half a skull face is trying to look seductive.
Yep.
I've been in prison for. I'm not saying I'm falling for it.
I'm just saying you get a -2 to the resisted seduction roll.
Yeah.
It doesn't have a great score, but after a minute, the doctor would come back down, like arms laden with all manner of a strange galvanic equipment.
Let me help you there, Let me help you there, Doctor. And him, he's grabbing whatever you offer to him, and he's gonna like just kind of pull it.
Exactly. It's a bunch of rods, sort of loosely attached to one another. That he sort of directs you to spread it out on the floor in that room, and it kind of looks like sort of metal spider web several feet across.
I walk into the room, and as the woman says, "Hello, Governor," he's like, "Yeah."
Hello, Governor.
You just stay there. I'm just going to be spreading this around. I'm sure you're used to spreading stuff around. I'm not saying anything like a disease. You look very healthy.
Ethereal hand goes
Billy.
to your chest. Hello, Governor.
Okay, nope. I take a step out of the room.
Best not to let it touch you.
Yep, it touched me. It went in my chest. I felt something. I felt two things, but I felt that.
And the doctor, he's again barely even looking at the ghost. He's very workmanlike and businesslike as he starts setting up the equipment. You see him sort of like flipping switches as the connection points on that metal spider web that he's instructed you to lay down start glowing and letting off a little bit of sort of ethereal steam as the device starts to power up. Right. So the intention, this is the what's it called? The an oscillating ether field. Basically, the idea is that once it turns on, ghost is trapped in there and it's easy enough to.
Is there a roll against that?
Yes. So the roll for that is, I would roll my parapsychology.
Mm-hmm.
The moment it turns on, any spirit with that is below the threshold, and the threshold on this one is 5 because I spent the money and I could afford it. Below the threshold is effectively trapped in the area of the field.
Before the threshold of its will, or what do you mean by threshold?
The threshold is sort of the rating of the device.
Okay.
So that which then matches is compared against the ghost's will.
Okay. Then with this thing has a will of 2.
Yeah. If the ghost's will was higher then there's a contested roll.
Okay.
Anything less than that, the ghost is effectively just like trapped in.
Easily enough, the ghost is trapped. No need to roll for that.
The doctor sets that up. The connection points on the web start to glow, and the ghost becomes effectively sort of frozen in the middle of this weird metal spider web, probably in mid flirtatious attempt at wink. And then the good doctor just starts attaching tubes and stuff to another container type device. Again, looks like a lamp with extra bits and bobs. And
extra bits and bobs. I like
again, if it's kind of just basically contained, it kind of just flows.
Yeah, usually enough.
So effectively, you see like the ghost, rather painfully, one would think for the ghost, as its entire form just starts swirling and ripping apart and being sucked into a glowing container. Like, that's one down.
Everyone give me a whiz perception roll.
Fuck yeah. 19.
I get to roll again because I got keen eyesight. And this is a perception roll?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry, 18.
10.
Unless a 14 would make it?
No.
Okay. And this is wits added to this?
Yep.
What about a 17?
17 is close enough.
And David, would you get?
18.
Yeah. So,
you two, David and...
Sorry, related anyway to ghosts?
Not in this case.
Okay, so 19.
Yes. It's 19?
Yeah, still a good roll. But
so everyone but Angela. As you capture the ghost, Angela's like, oh, this is going to be so easy.
Yay.
Super easy.
You
Fairly
see that
inconvenience.
the crack I mentioned before was tiny, and one corner grows a bit larger as soon as you capture the ghost. From one tiny corner of the wall to half of the wall.
Don't do crack, kid. Don't do crack.
What the hell's that? I say as I point towards the crack that's suddenly there.
What was what?
There's the crack. I mean, Thaddeus, you see that?
Yes. seems like perhaps the foundation, or this is a load-bearing wall, but whatever sort of structural integrity it has seems to be waning.
Oh well,
That's disconcerting.
I'm going towards the crack and I'm just investigating it, just looking through it, see if I could actually squint and see through the crack.
I'm gonna stick a stick
Perception
in it,
roll
isn't
again.
it?
Use like a light or just like look at it?
Yeah, anyone got a lot? I pull out like a
Yep.
a lighter and just kind of holding it up, trying to see what's beyond the crack.
So
This is right now a 14 exact.
14 exact. You look. The wall itself is like some sort of not cheap wood, but just wood, and there's a wallpaper. Like it's wallpaper, and on top behind that is some sort of maybe plaster of some sort. You look past the plaster towards a crack, try to see. It's still a small thing, but this looks like wood.
Just wood behind it.
Like it's a small crack. It's something woodish.
All right. Foundation. There's all I see is plaster and wood beyond it.
All right, well, it is an older building, so I suppose things like this are bound to happen.
It's an older code,
Who
sir,
knows
but it
what
checks
kind
out.
of energies that contraption is pumping into here.
It doesn't pump energy in, it pumps energy out.
So is that lady just stuck in that little tube forever?
Oh, yes, until I decide what to do with her.
Oh, okay. So I guess we just do the next one.
That would be the job.
But I decided what to do with her. I mean, what to use her for
Yes, well,
fuel.
At
for,
this
was-
rate, it seems we'll be all done in time for dinner.
Indeed.
Oh, she's mine.
Oh.
You go to
Ooh.
the next room, and it's another ghost, one
That
with
did not
their
work out that way.
intestines out of their stomach.
Ghastly.
Yep, screaming
Vicious.
out, just like literally just screaming out in pain because intestines out. But this one was no reach roll or even roleplay much for this. This is the same as the other one, overtly weak.
Yeah,
Ghost.
like the doctor himself, you can see since these spirits just seem to be repeating, like he's not even trying
Yep.
to interact with them. It's just like, there's a roach there, let me slide down the trap.
Yep.
Like
And-
that.
Hey, Hexeter, welcome in. And yeah, Winamp, I had to pause it real quick. I sincerely, I thought I might, instead of just the interface, I might have one of the old school actual visualizers, like the little, but there's something just about, like this is how I used to listen to podcasts back in
That's
the
his
day.
attitude.
Yep. But also,
And here
this
we
one also
are.
has a small crack that as soon as you capture the ghost, this one
Welcome
also
in.
massive. The crack grows a bit larger.
I'm starting to see a pattern.
Not an engineer, don't care.
What exactly do you know about what happened here?
From what I'm aware, this had been the under the ownership of one woman, and she. What happened to Honoria?
Honoria Quist and Big George just left.
Okay.
After a couple of days with no one knowing what happened to her and no one paying the bills, someone else took over.
Mhm. And he's the one where it had met an untimely demise.
So yeah, basically he bought the place, spiced it up to his whatever standard he thought would be very cool because he wanted to own his own brothel because
Yep.
he's a noble and he had nothing else to do with his money.
Got it.
And on the first night, we invited a few nobles, no one who with any class wanted to go, and a couple of lower class people just to fill the seats. There was a slaughter. No one knows what happened. Everyone died. Not all the bodies were found.
Basically, relay that.
Oh, well then, same as what I've heard. That's unfortunate.
Quite.
All right. Well, is this one of the fellows that was at the party? Do you recognize him? Is he like a noble or anything? I say as I squint towards the spectral, who's currently the specter who's currently being sucked into
Would
this
any of you know
machine.
about the nobility in any way?
I
I'm assuming
actually-
you would.
I do have the upper class quality.
Oh,
Go
right
for
on.
it. Give me a straight intelligence roll, like unless there's a skill specifically for local knowledge.
I mean, wit would be
Wits.
more perception.
You're right. Yeah, but to recognize the person. Yeah.
I don't have anything more specific. So, winner.
So
There's-
basically, intelligence to see if you
Maybe
recognize it.
etiquette?
Yeah, etiquette.
Etiquette also. Etiquette would probably work.
All
better.
right,
You're
I
right.
do have etiquette.
Etiquette would work. Yes.
I was leaning that way too.
Yeah, for nobility, that checks out, right?
10.
You don't recognize this
Yep.
person. You don't know if it's a lower class or a noble. Can't tell. You would tell from the clothing, but he's half naked, so.
Yep. Unfortunately, no way to really tell.
Mhm.
Well, sorry about this guy. I mean, at least he has guts.
Go back to
Really?
America.
And yeah, the guy freezes up in the trap and
Yeah, by the way, real quick, that's those are the base rules. Like, of course, these are normal ones. Basically, not bother rolling because these would be DR11 rolls for me, and I get like a ridiculous 5, right? bonus.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's basically it. Like anything below threshold 5 is DR11. Threshold 6 would be DR.
Makes sense.
But whatever, 14, and yeah, but basically, yeah, that DR will 7, I guess, is my limit. But also will 7 is ridiculously powerful.
Yeah,
also. So, but at least I have a chance.
Yeah. All right. So that, like I said, that previous ghost sucked in, no problem.
Yep. Again, he's the doctor is very workmanlike. So long as none of these ghosts particularly acts up, he's just going to methodically, go around each room.
What's the role to use your detector?
I'm glad you enjoy that because just this moment here, the system. It's like, all right, so I looked into it, and there's like 5 different rolls I had to make, and a whole bunch of rolls you have to make for the ghost, and it's a whole process, and we go back and forth, and if I fail, then you have to. It's a whole thing, and it's like, and it just be one roll, and then we storytell around it, which is kind of what we did on. Because just like you,
just parapsychology, DR11
more
to
into
detect.
The role play.
If I want here, I'll pull it up right here. I actually have it nearby. But
okay, then this is a different. I'm going to use your detector in a different way. Roll parapsychology for me, please.
Exactly.
Well, that's a 16 to start with, plus parapsychology at 5, so 21.
Son of a bitch!
You do a quick glance at your device.
Yep.
The ghosts are the same as far as you can tell. The spiritual presence, the apparitions,
yes,
seem to have strengthened, still connected together in some way.
Interesting. So as we are eliminating these apparitions, the general etheric miasma seems to be increasing. Unless once again I'm holding it. Nope, still holding it upside. Still holding it the right side up. That's.
Why would it be increasing? That seems to not be the effect that we are going for.
Yes, no, this actually is quite strange, and I can only assume. And he kind of, again, sort of looks out the room and looks down at those stairs. I can only assume something down there is causing them to act up.
Could this be tying into the cracks that have been forming in my establishment?
Not an engineer, don't know. And
every time you try and consult me about anything that's not ghosts,
explore. I have not been farther down than this myself.
In fact, my character actually had a flaw. Had his corruption. I think I had corruption level 2. Specifically, if I wanted to focus or act on anything that wasn't related to basically ghost hunting, I needed to make a roll, and I think I did one later on in the episode.
So I'm not sure what you may find.
Excellent. Adventure. He says completely tonelessly. Adventure.
So you're going to take care of the 2 ghosts, or you're just going to head straight downstairs?
Well, the fact that it's increasing the etheric sort of levels in the area is giving him cause to, like, you know what? Let's investigate. Let's do science.
Okay.
Science.
I'm going to go do science at it, sir.
And he takes the pin out of a grenade and lobs it down the stairs.
Which is a thing I can do.
Which is a thing I can do.
I have 2 of them.
You laugh, but...
I have 2 of them.
Here's my hypothesis. This will be dope.
Congratulations. I love science.
Oh man, science is so much cooler over here in England.
So yes, the doctor will otherwise fearlessly just take his etheric detector. Although actually no, he would start heading towards the stairs, and then, as a man of science in the world of Unhallowed Metropolis, stop. Excuse me a moment, and saunter or scamper back up the stairs to the first floor. He's gone for maybe 30 seconds, and when he comes back, he's got strapped to his back what appears to be a absolutely massive rifle with all manner of gewgaws and doodads and tubes strapped to the side, filled with strange glowing mists and liquids, little lights blinking on and off. It is not subtle in the least, and it's just strapped to his back as he comes back with that and that lamp that you had seen earlier, where that seems to be filled with some kind of mist and ghost fish. So yeah, with
love me some ghost
properly
fish.
equipped,
The Devourer's
starts
arm
heading
is dope.
down the stairs.
Even if,
follow?
well,
I
spoilers.
suppose I'm following.
And as you head down the stairs, you see massive areas is about the same size as above, but without the side rooms. So it's just a massive area, numerous tables, and
If I had brought down SWAT 96, if I had brought down the science stick, I probably might have done better. My rifle skill was, I think, 1 or 2. It's just happened to be the one rifle that can, like, interact with ghosts. But I did not expect to be able to use it. And well, listen on.
there's stairs heading down on one wall. In the middle is basically where individuals can sit around chairs and tables, looking at the entertainment. On one side is a massive stage. On the other side, another wall is what looks like a massive, basically a place where people can have pit fights, where there's a massive hole dug into the ground. And if you look,
see what I mean? See what I mean? Another level down. First level is like rooms and ghost hookers, and then the next level there's pit fights, and then the next level below that would be some kind of like weird lightless cavern, and then I'm sure below that is some kind of nuclear reactor. Then below that is a plant of like where you grow people. I don't know. I just know that the levels go down forever, and Jesus will just make up as many levels as we need there to be. St. John's Public House is again St. John's Public House of Leaves. I stand by my statement.
side you could see was enough of blood, probably from the attack,
Twisted
probably
Dante.
from people punching each other. And on the other side, another bar. And this is a place, as far as you can tell, where people just hung out in this part of the place.
And fought.
And fought. But as you look upon the walls, numerous cracks. Some of them pretty big.
Oh.
And if you look, and some of them are big enough that you see the same wood. But now it's much clearer. It is not wood that's been cut to make a wall. It is, as far as you can tell, a massive tree root. No, sorry, a massive tree branch.
Oh.
Nothing of this size grows in London.
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm surprised the person you sent down here to evaluate the property before purchasing didn't catch all this.
I'm sorry. Who?
Well, you sent someone in to evaluate the property.
What? That what?
Well, look, this is interesting over here.
And as you're there, all of you hear, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
By the way, folks, always have a
On one of
third
the
party and
corners,
inspect your property.
near the bar
It's just
is
Trust me.
what looks like a young woman, her hands in her head, also a ghost, obviously, also dressed like a lady of the night. Hands in her hair, she goes back and back, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
Can I roll, since I have criminal association,
Just
good
to
business.
see if I know her, since she seems to be a little more identifiable?
Roll it.
Am I still using etiquette?
She's not high class.
So streetwise?
Streetwise.
12.
That's enough for her. She's one of the more popular girls in St. John's Pub. She was actually one of Honor Quists, but she stuck over with the other guy.
Okay.
But yeah, she's just going like back, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, it's our fault, I'm sorry, it's our fault, I'm sorry.
I whisper to the and to everybody, because I'm questioning him Berlin. It's like, this poor soul, I do recognize. She most likely at least would have been present the night of the massacre. She'd worked for the previous owner and had stayed around under new management.
Shit, she looks real sad. Is there a way to tell her that it's all right and just to make her move on to the other side?
One way to find out. And the doctor starts sort of moving over, still kind of holding up his detector. He's trying to figure out if this is just another sort of apparition doing the same thing over, or if this is an intelligent ghost.
Oh, if it's an echo or if it's like somebody
Basically,
talks,
yeah. Will it interact? So,
Your roll.
yep, can do.
remember if I made this roll.
There we go.
We're gonna burn down this place.
Please.
Burn down this place.
So you have
that's
insurance, right?
I'm sorry, what?
23.
23?
Holy shit! I did make that roll.
Not like super intelligent, like this is a sentient person, but you could probably interact with this entity more than most.
Gotcha. So the doctor kind of like, sort of leans down and and sort of moves the detector in front of it and actually kind of watches as the ghost seems to react, and the detector itself kind of like makes pinging, various and assorted pinging noises. And I believe this one actually has a little bit more to its substance. And finally he turns those glowing eyes directly on the ghost. Like, finally, this is the first time in all of this that he's actually kind of like looked directly at a ghost before. It's sort of like, ghost. And, like looking off to the side, acknowledging that something spiritual is happening, and then back to work. So now he looks more intently at it. Like, can you hear us?
The ghost pauses. Looks at you.
I'm sorry. It's my fault. I made it. I shouldn't have made it, but they made me make it. I shouldn't have made it. I'm sorry.
Tell us what you made so that we can make it right.
And the ghost, still rocking back and forth, says what you, at Pete's certain words that you realize are ingredients. A couple of them. Two of them being Queen's Anne's Lace and Nightbane.
Just Nightbane.
Oh, yeah, my character's head.
I was going to say, not an
snaps
alchemist,
up.
don't care.
Moving
Not
up.
an alchemist.
Well,
don't
that's
care.
not good.
Also true.
Well, ain't that good. I mean, that thing sounds fairly bad.
It's extremely deadly poison.
Whoa, that ain't good.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have.
Well, why'd you make poison?
Give me a persuasion roll.
I'm the worst person to be. Why'd you make poison, woman? But I'm a very effective 19.
Holy
plus,
shit!
Plus my charisma of 2.
Hey.
It's that brash American accent, It's so sexy and exotic.
Apparently this
Wow.
ghost is
Okay.
21.
I'll be honest, didn't expect that, but okay.
Oh, this ghost has a type.
Okay.
Yeah.
All of these ghosts are really into you.
Apparently.
They really
I
are.
should be like, oh, I'm sorry. Oh, hi.
I promise I wouldn't give you any night pain.
Yeah.
Yep. And you hear her go.
I'm sorry. He shouldn't have found out. He somehow did. He didn't.
Like, my character was supposed to be the ghost whisperer, but then there's just Billy's character, the ghost seducer.
Be free to get rid of it.
He didn't mean to get rid
He
of it.
shouldn't have
You're
found
not
out.
wrong,
but he
Hexeter,
did,
you're not
so
wrong.
Sorry you had to get rid of it.
Sorry, you had to get rid of it.
Oh, I see. Medical care in London for the fairer sex,
Ghost gigolo.
especially girls.
Oh, that's
working
like
in
a History
establishments
Channel
like this,
show.
aren't exactly plentiful in their options if a child may be the result of a coupling.
Oh. So this was a...
Yes.
Oh.
Quite.
Hey, little lady, you didn't got a lot of options. You don't got a lot of options. Sometimes the options you have is bad or worse, and, well, maybe you just had to choose the bad one. Doesn't make you bad, just makes the situation, well,
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have given it to you to drink. Because you trusted me and I gave it to you to drink. I'm sorry.
Plot thickens.
How high do we think Patience's voice is going to get here?
all right, I heard that.
Not now.
Did that come from her or
No,
from us?
not from her.
Also, quick boss, Jesus, points for replicating the hecking Phasmophobia hiss event there. We're just there and all of a sudden on into your ear. Nicely done, sir. Nicely done.
Slowly turn
There we go.
around.
But you see the cracks grow a little bigger. The
Oh.
tree branches go a little bit more
Behind
pronounced.
you.
Stop breaking holes in my wall.
All right, so what do we have? We have semi-sentient spectral events. We have the remnants of some sort of travesty that was awash in violence. We have
Some sort of crack-inducing tree root.
Jesus, I'm going to look at the blood in the dirt pit and see if it's old.
Blood in the dirt pit itself?
Mhm.
The dirt is old. As far as you can tell, it's from the last party. The last thing. The last
Okay,
thing.
so no
Dirt
fresh
pit
blood.
blood.
No fresh
Everybody
blood.
loves some dirt pit blood.
Actually, you know what?
Hmm.
Give me a perception roll.
Okay. Would this be a tracking roll by any chance?
I'll let you use tracking, yes.
So that is a 12, 15, and 18.
18. Pretty
Nice.
nice. No blood in the pit, but as you look around, there is signs of fresher blood. And with an 18, signs of bodies that were perhaps dragged.
Oh dear. It seems that something here has been busy. Doctor?
Mm-hmm.
I have evidence of fresher bodies.
I'm sorry, what?
There seems this blood here. This blood is fresh. It's dry, but the entire environment is awash in dust, no offense. But this, and also these scratches here, these scratches in the floor, they are perpendicular, they are equal to one another, side by side. These are from metal bootstraps and heels. Someone was dragged here.
This is the murder investigation equivalent of Technobabble.
Well, this is an abandoned house structure in London. I wouldn't be surprised if some sort of squatters came down here hoping to find a roof over their head. Might have found something a lot worse.
Doctor, what do you suggest we do about the young woman?
And the tree roots that seem to be...
Put her in a box.
Don't hurt me. No.
And
I'm
use her
sorry.
as
I'm
fuel.
sorry.
What
And the
else?
ghost disappears.
All right, we'll get to her later then. She'll be back.
That's
And
also-
with her disappearance, you hear the louder...
Oh, there we go.
And through one of the walls, you see two large ghostly forms. Two bodies that were utterly mangled, a man and a woman of noble dress, that come out of the walls in your direction. Like I said, mangled, but you notice something very weird. They come from the walls where there was a tree branches, but behind them, as they leave the wall, seems to be a sort of branch that escapes their body into the wall. Ghostly branch, not physical,
Ghost
but
branch.
tethered to the physical branch nonetheless.
Fascinating.
Oh, that's it. They don't look proper.
I'm basically playing a Vulcan,
What is
aren't I?
happening? What is happening?
Something quite unusual, actually.
Mother desires more children.
And me if I might not bang.
Right, well then, please keep them off me while I sat down, and he's just...
Roll for initiative.
he just goes down on one knee, intending to take out equipment.
And initiative, how do we do this again?
Agreed,
2d10
Exeter.
plus
Agreed.
prowess.
I thought you were going to say, goes down on one knee to accept and embrace death.
Yep, finally, freedom.
Double zeros.
Double zero.
So, I mean, that's a waste of a critical hit, but
I think you got
20.
to go first, yes.
27.
Mm-hmm.
Not good. 9.
9. Oh boy.
Yeah, I didn't have
15?
15.
I
Okay.
didn't have a great
16.
And 16.
whatever you roll for initiative.
Perfect.
Yeah.
See the ghost. All right. So, let me roll theirs. 1 second.
Also, I think they might all have to roll...
Oh, right.
the
You have to roll
will
will
rolls.
fear rolls.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
So 11.
ghosts...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Made
You're
it.
good.
Ain't afraid of
10.
no ghosts.
10. You do not
Did
succeed.
you add your...
My
Oh,
roll?
okay.
Yeah.
Angela's afraid of ghosts.
This was a 2, so 7,
All
8,
right. So I forgot what exactly
fair.
happened when you failed
Yeah,
that.
do you have resolve?
Yeah.
No, okay, yeah, so you do have to go through the... Whatever it is that happens when you fail, other than just being spooked.
Yeah, there's. You look like that up real quick, and we'll do.
Yep.
So let me just do the stats for these two ghosts. Not great. Congratulations.
Yeah.
So, 13. Okay, so Billy with a 27. Jesus.
What kind of light? You said that... Okay, so what kind of lighting happens down here? Is it
Flickering electrical lights on the walls. There's these small bulbs.
any wires?
Yes.
Any wires hanging across the roof with lights on them?
I'm gonna say yes.
My character knows that he's smart enough to know shooting ghosts. Bullets probably go through ghosts.
Yeah.
He has one in galvanics though, and he's learned. You remember back in the Minutemen days, people used to say that if you need anything dead and the bullets aren't doing the tricks, galvanics always does. So he's just taking a guess, and he's aiming at one of the wires. He's going to shoot it, like a wire that's overhead near one of those ghosts. He's going to shoot the wire to hope it comes down.
It is a small target. I'm going to give it, but still hanging 16.
Okay, and let me see if anything. He takes out his. Oh yeah, he's basically just using his. Since it has to be a fast draw.
Mm-hmm.
And what is the
16?
I got 16 on the dot.
Very nice. Now this is just a hanging electrical. I'm going to say it'd be 2d10 plus, let's say, 2 damage. Let's see how much damage you do with that.
2d10 plus 2 damage.
2, yes.
I looked it up.
Is that damage? Is that how you do damage? 2d. You roll your. Is it always 2d10?
I thought it was 2d10 plus your damage modifier, right?
Yes. Is that damage, David? Do you know?
As I recall. Let me check the cheat sheet real quick.
It's 2d10 plus
Whatever damage modifier you have.
Yeah, and then also one of the stats, because I add vitality. You add vitality to.
But not for guns.
Okay, not for guns. All right.
Yeah, I think.
Oh wait, no, because you can't dodge a gun. That's right.
Yeah.
So let's say, okay, here we go.
Guns
Damage
are deadly
rolls.
in this game.
Melee and thrown, 2d10 plus attacker's vitality plus weapon damage modifier. Unarmed range, 2d10 plus weapon damage modifier plus location damage modifier plus.
That's it.
Yeah. So basically, you're just basically shooting a wire. So the damage is going to be to the wire.
Oh yeah. Well.
So basically, the electricity is what's going to cause the damage.
So yeah, I'm shooting. So I do with my pistol. I think my pistol does. Where did I write?
So this is just to be the straight damage for the electricity, not for your
right,
gun.
of course. But I'm just saying my pistol does. So 20 damage to the wire. Just
yeah, and but now you're doing the damage for electricity on the target. I'm making you roll randomly for that.
okay. So that's and that is
It's going to be 2d20 plus. I'm going to say 2.
it is 8.
8 damage.
That's not great.
Not enough to do anything significant. It's paused for a second, but you might have to try something else.
And on that, we're pausing as well. So we're about halfway through the episode. We're going to listen to the whole thing, but I need more water. So we're having a very short intermission, 2 minutes, 3 minutes tops, while I top up my water. Y'all might want to go ahead and do that. Stretch your legs, go to the bathroom if you need to, take advantage of the intermission, and we got another 40 minutes of whatever the hell is happening here to come. So I'll be right back, folks. Hope you stick around. Yes, exactly. Take advantage of that, Hexeter. Refresh your own beverage. We'll be right back. beverages refreshed, cat allowed to come in and then go out and then come in again and then go out again and then come in again and then finally go out again, where presumably she has decided to stay for the moment until she decides to come back in. But we're back, ladies and gentlemen. We're back. Hopefully everybody refreshed their beverages, just like I've refreshed mine. And let us dive back into the combat that we have apparently just dropped into. We're fighting ghosts. So far trying to shoot them or shoot around them. Let's see if anybody will try and punch one. Good luck. All right. Ooh, cider refill. Nice. I'm just rolling with water. But I may or may not have done other things during the break. You can't prove it. You can't prove it. I'm gonna listen to a podcast now. Here we go.
All right, so fear rules, page 161 is if you fail a fear roll, you're -1 to all of your rolls while you're in the vicinity.
Sorry, 1 second. No, because you didn't have to roll damage, because it's only to hit the wire. The wire doesn't need damage in order to break. So I'm going to allow you to use your 20 roll for that.
Yeah, okay,
that'll probably
cool.
make more
That's
sense.
what I was, okay, so then I got I got 20.
You got 20?
Yeah, the wire comes down and just hits this thing, and so I rolled
that's
20.
That is
exactly.
that is pretty good. I'm
like
not
that.
exactly sure. I'm going to say, because
We're
I know
making
that
shit
you
up
roll
as we
like this is
go.
really cool.
Role play.
With a 20, that is basically almost lethal. So you take down its willpower by 2. To this ghost.
And does it pause it for us?
It doesn't pause it, but it severely weakens it.
Cool.
Because the way ghosts work is they're only along as long as they have willpower. So
Great.
if you get rid of their willpower,
Ghosts are
they're
weird.
gone.
Cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys.
So basically, you shock the male ghost, and the electricity goes through it, and it screeches out in pain, and it becomes a bit more translucent.
Great. Well,
Okay.
that worked. And so, David, I'm sorry, you were saying fear.
Just repeat that, please.
Yeah, no problem. Page 161, the will fear rule. If you fail a fear roll, then you are -1 on all of your tests as long as you are in the vicinity of the thing that you are scared of. You then make a secondary roll. If you fail this, you go full Kermit, throw your hands up in the air, and run the fuck out of there.
Roll it.
There we go. Wiggle the Muppet wiggle.
Fails that.
I can't. There we go. That's the
2,
one.
4, yeah, 7.
That's
7
the
that
one.
time.
Which direction are you going?
I'm gonna go the stairs up. There were fewer ghosts up, so I'm gonna go back to the stairs.
All right, so you see her running up the stairs.
Bye.
Yep.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I don't think the doctor cares.
Okay.
I just remembered I have some administrative duties to take care of in the office.
Gotta look at
Matter
that
of fact,
insurance thing.
the doctor
The
did not
doctor's like,
care.
I'm not a psychologist.
No, psychiatrist, not my problem.
Not that kind of doctor.
Not a psychiatrist, not my problem. Also true. I love that running joke. I mean, yeah, sure. I'm blowing smoke up my own skirt here, but also I love that running joke. Just not a blank, not my problem, or don't care. Good times. Also, yes, running away from the ghost clinically proven to be an effective tactic.
What kind of doctor are you? The kinds where I went to school, definitely.
Knows more about
So
insurance.
Thaddeus,
than
you're
her.
next.
So Thaddeus, you saw me shock one, and that's about it.
Okay, doctor, what kind of accoutrements did you take out
Very true.
around you?
Well, here's the thing about the thing that I need to do. It takes 15 minutes, so I'm not doing that. We had time before because we are not being attacked by ghosts.
Mhm.
But turns out that I
No,
can't.
how long could 15 minutes be in rounds?
Right, exactly.
Mhm.
So what the doctor, as he fell down to his knee, is doing is that he was pulling that giant fucking fuck-off rifle from over his shoulder. And honestly,
This
that's
will
probably
not
going to
be
be his
effective.
action for this round. Is kind of get
You don't
that-
have quick draw or anything, so it takes an action
Oh,
to pull it
no,
out.
quick draw, no.
Yeah, you wouldn't have that quick action. You only have 1 or 2 actions per round.
Yeah, so it's not my turn yet. Anyway, the point is,
Okay.
this is what you see the doctor doing. He's
Not
he's
a combat
getting
character.
that god-awful, ungainly, ginormous, fucking weird steampunk rifle off of his back.
My character's no dummy. He's got parapsychology. He's probably fought a ghost or two.
Yeah. I mean, you might recognize he's got on like kind of like a little bandolier, and there's 2 round sort of grenade-looking devices, which you with parapsychology, Jesus, feel free to say if this is not true, but I'm guessing he might recognize them as aether pulse grenades, which
Yeah,
would
I'm
be
gonna say you would.
effective against ghosts.
Told you I could do
Doctor,
that. I
if I'm
told you I had
right.
grenades.
Just-
And I just grab one, pull it with my teeth and throw it at the ghost.
Grenades. What are the rules for grenades?
The
You
range
roll
is
for
the
it.
thrower's vitality times 10. The skill is thrown weapon, assuming you have thrown weapon.
I have anything that is a weapon as a skill.
Then yes.
Then do it.
It's
So
fucking
2d10 plus
so-
2.
So 2d10 plus 2. And basically, the area is this affected area. I don't know what the normal area on a grenade is.
Mhm.
I love playing like the combat characters because they give you everything.
Mhm.
Like Byron had like gun and
Mhm.
a melee.
Yep.
Me, it's like I have everything.
Yeah, it's nice. So I got an 11, but I was listening to what you were saying. This is a basement?
Yep.
I really think we're playing horseshoes and hand grenades on this one. Like, I don't get the
Hauntings
sense
and
it's
hand
It's
grenades.
such a sprawling
Oh,
basement
we missed
that I'm gonna
hauntings and
miss.
hand
That's fair.
grenades.
That's fair. I
Yep.
mean, with the 11, yeah, I'll allow that. So you do hit. How much damage do you do?
It's not damage. They have to make will rolls at the R16. And if they fail, they suffer -1 will, and if they were using any powers, those immediately end. If they were manifesting in any way, that immediately ends.
Okay, let's see here. 1 second. So let's do the first one, the one that took some damage from that electricity. Nice one with that one. We're going to roll difficulty. What was it again? 16?
16.
Well, bam.
Will roll.
I mean, they're ghost grenades. They
That is
can't
a
hurt
14.
us.
That one fails.
So
The female one, though, well, bam. Also
EMPs.
fails. So they both take -1 willpower.
And if they were manifesting, that immediately stops.
I
They would
mean,
have to
as far as I can
remanifest next
tell,
round. As whatever action or power it takes for them to manifest. So they affect.
yeah, the description of the grenades themselves in the book says there is no damage, there's no explosion. So I kind of take it that these are effectively kind of like EMP grenades, right? Like you throw them, they land, and there's like a pulse of aether energy, and then the ghosts have to deal with that. Everybody else effectively, and unless you're made of ectoplasm, you're probably fine. That seems to be the gist from the rule.
Effectively go away.
They go away.
Though, to be fair, my character, now that you bring that up, Southern Skies, was half ghost. My character was a half-lifer. I think it comes up. I think in the previous game, I described that his eyes are glowing and there's like wisps of ectoplasm draining from the ends of them. Because my character actually does have ghosts in his blood, and he tried doing cocaine about it. It did not work. So he's trying to figure that out. But again, the grenades effects are very specific against ghosts and manifestations. It has no effect on half-lifers like myself, and no effect on full-lifers like presumably everybody else in the party.
All last.
Yep.
Move.
Next, we got 1 second. Let's see here. Yeah, Angela screaming.
Upstairs, yep.
Yep. As you're screaming upstairs, I need
Screaming
you
upstairs.
to give me a agility roll. Not agility, coordination roll. I apologize.
Oh, sure, now I get a good roll.
Hey,
18.
There we go.
As you're running up the stairs in terror,
Run up them stairs.
you notice as a hand almost grabs you from the wall. An undead hand, but with branches going in and out of the arm. And following out behind that arm is a body. Formerly alive. You assume nobody from the tattered dress coming out of the wall. And behind on the neck is a physical branch this time attached to the branch to the crack. As a hand goes, "Ugh." By the way, give me another Phil willpower because it's animate this time.
And if it's
You're
anything
already
that a
scared,
woman
but
in
here you
your,
go.
Persuasion in Victorian England knows how to do is avoid unwanted touching.
Yes.
Yes, that's the whole
Yeah.
reasoning behind my unarmed
Yep.
combat
Yep.
is 16.
-1.
All right.
So
Right,
15.
Oh, no.
Still enough. Yeah.
The -1 would only be if she was still in the vicinity of the ghost that originally scared her.
Never
Yeah,
mind.
yes.
My bad.
Brand new fear
Fair
unlocked
enough.
here.
Yes.
So
Oh, yeah.
16.
Yeah.
So you're not long. Yeah. Okay. So you are good. But yeah,
Aside from there being an animate right in front of me.
yes. So but you're terrified. You're running up the stairs. Your turn is running away. So, but next time around, you might be able to do something. All right. So, and that leaves to 13. The ghosts spend their turn remanifesting. They're back.
Told you it wouldn't last.
Told you it wouldn't
And
last.
now, Dan, your go.
Hooray.
All right.
I mean, no, my action is just basically.
Yeah, your action.
Take
I'm going
out
to say, yeah, even though it's your turn. Yeah, your action
Yeah, no,
was
it's
to give him the
exactly.
grenade.
I had not acted yet. This is my turn, and I have a big fuck off ghost gun.
Yeah.
That takes a round to
Right, so your action is take out the gun.
Yeah.
Top of the round. Billy.
Okay, since that wire trick was only
Character.
good for
One time.
I mean, yeah, they
Afraid
also
and
did stuff that,
Victorian.
like the will damage
The
remains.
will
They're
damage,
not
the will
weak.
damage remains, yes.
Yeah.
do I hear Angela let out a scream or hear the groan of an
Did
animate?
you let out a scream?
Yes.
Okay, there you go.
And so I guess I'm gonna back up towards the stairs and take up and start running up there, pulling out my I already have my revolver and
So
taking out my
your
revolver.
turn is heading over there. So that's your action for
Yes, I'm going to be heading up to try to find her.
now. Okay. Then, David.
Well, the doctor has a giant fuck off gun. That looks like
do.
that'll definitely answer our problems. But until then, my character is gonna look around and, knowing bullets won't affect ghosts, don't really know if they can just kind of phase through if I put a table in between us. Fuck it. I'm gonna
Do
turn.
science. Find out.
One way to find out.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I'm going to try that. I'm going to grab some sort of large object to act as cover for myself and the doctor.
Okay. And I'm going to say you do, so you find a massive table.
Mhm.
Easy enough. All right.
Here we go, doctor. Going to use a little science.
Trudy.
Don't want to tangle with an animate, so I'm just gonna keep running.
I would.
Okay. You run up the stairs.
Yep, running it back up to the main level.
Yep, you're back up into the main level, screaming, I'm assuming.
Yep.
And as you're there, you're
Screaming
finally
all
around,
the
you take a
way.
moment to take a breath. And two of the doors slam on the side, slam open. And you see two forms. One is a what you assume is a lower class gentleman, but with no legs, but with ghostly hands charging at you. Another is the higher class lady with no chest or head, with legs just chasing after you.
Do I have to, is this a new?
This is a
fear
new
of
role.
ghosts?
Technically, yeah.
So, if this...
Brand
so
new
these are
phobia.
ghosts.
These are definitely good.
Okay, good.
So, but is it the same ghost? I'm at the -1.
No, different
Different
ghosts.
ghosts.
Different
Poor
ghosts.
Trudy continues to be afraid in Victorian.
So 13, 16.
You're not terrified, but
Okay.
ghosts.
All right, good.
You can manage your terror, but there's terror.
Yep,
Yes.
yep.
Hey,
mean-
she's scared. So am I.
I-
This'll go on.
I assume she was wearing a skirt of some kind, given that it's Victorian, and she probably wouldn't be wearing pants. But if Jesus is still in chat, he gets to answer that one. Again, if Jesus is still in chat, this was his description. Defend thyself, Jesus. Defend thyself.
Can you give me a hand? I can give you a leg.
Okay. The ghosts now. Let's see here. The ghosts at the bottom, that just manifested. Let's see here. I'm going to use a thing. 1 sec. What page was that? Ah, this one. One of them, the smaller one, is going to... He's going to point ahead.
I'd lost
hand
track of how
at
much chaos there
Thetis.
was going on.
Thetis, your character, David's character,
Mhm.
and is going to try to do a force blow on you. 1 second. First, let's see if it hits. What is your coordination?
My coordination is 3.
Luckily, this ghost was very weakened from the previous attack, so. And you feel a pulse hit against the table and push you back a little bit, but it doesn't affect you.
Yes. Nice. You did it.
Yep, and thankfully, because of your attack, this cat ghost only has one action, so it's not going to go again. But the other ghost, instead, for this action, is going to... Let me go to the page.
Rip your dick off and beat you with it. I'm sorry, what? Hold on. What?
No, it's in the
Yep,
book.
I
It's a
don't
power.
think so.
It's a power. It's, you know?
I need both you and the doctor
Mm-hmm.
to give me a will fear roll. Difficulty is going to be 17.
God damn.
That seems unlikely.
Super spooky ghosts.
I think I have some kind of resistance, which I was probably looking
Actually,
up
no.
at the time.
Wouldn't you? No, this is a power, and this is not just the fact that a ghost exists, so this would have still affect you, doctor.
Cool. Yeah, but the default one, yes.
The
But
default,
I
yes,
have
you're right.
things.
You have things, do you?
Yes, of course I have things.
Pretty sure I have things.
Nope.
Mhm.
I failed.
Hopefully.
Okay.
Maybe I don't.
So no more fear rolls of
I
pie
don't remember.
to you as well.
I'm sorry?
So this is a fear spell,
Mhm.
essentially.
Yep.
So basically you get the -1.
Mhm.
And I think do you have to roll again to the
No, because I've resolved, so that
Right.
just means that I just...
Yeah, so you
do
just
the
hit the -1 to
Yep.
thing.
So this is
Still going through my character sheet. And
Yeah, the spirit is not
figure out
attempting to
what the
possess;
thing-
it's using a power. Yeah, so
It's
it's not a
using a power.
contested will roll.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, I will just simply have.
Yeah,
to
I
roll.
didn't actually have anything. Oh,
Just
who
double
knew?
checking, making sure that none of my other abilities specifically grants anything on that, but no, doesn't look like it.
Mhm.
All right, cool. Sorry, this is a will.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And
Roll?
that
All
would
right,
be
great.
me.
So
That
plus
would be me.
concentration. Got it.
Oh, yeah, concentration. I keep forgetting to add that.
Yep.
Mhm.
If
Does it
you
help
have-
you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Concentration.
I
it
miss
adds
Marcus,
to-
man. Concentration was the Dompier ability
Mhm.
thing.
Oh yeah.
God damn.
I lowered my
That's
concentration by
14.
2. By 1 in order to get an extra point.
Sorry, what was the
somewhere
difficulty?
else.
17.
19.
You succeed.
Yep.
Wow.
The
Rolled
ghost spell
very well.
sphere does not affect you.
Got
But
it.
we go switch to an animate that honestly it's not close enough in a slow anime, so it's slow. You see Billy, you see the animate slowly going up the stairs going "Rrr." That's
And
what you
it
see.
looks like an ent.
What?
It
It's
kind
so,
of looks like...
it's basically a branch it's around his neck back area,
Mhm.
and the branches go through the back and seem to crisscross across its body in and out of the skin.
Nice.
But it's going up the stairs.
And this
Free.
Captain Planet reboot is wild.
Yep. And then the two ghosts that are near Angela's character. You know what? Let's have fun.
No.
Roll
Oh,
four-
actually, I had. Sorry to interrupt. I actually did have. I mean,
I'm sorry. That's the highlight of the episode. I gotta go back to that for a second. Give me where'd my win amp go? Here we go. Can I just move this back just a couple seconds? Just 5548. Move it back down to there we go. 55. Let's see.
sorry, what was the difficulty? again?
17.
19.
You succeed.
Yep.
Wow.
The ghost spell sphere does not affect you. But we go switch to an animate that honestly it's not close enough in a slow anime, so it's slow. You see Billy, you see the animate slowly going up the stairs going "Rrr." That's
And
what you
it
see.
looks like an ent.
What?
It
It's
kind
so-
of looks like...
it's basically a branch it's around his neck back
I think I
area,
went
Mhm.
back.
and the branches
further
go
than
through
I
the back
thought I
and
did.
seem to crisscross across his
Sorry,
body in and out of the
folks.
skin.
Nice.
But it's going up the stairs.
And this Captain Planet reboot is wild.
Yep.
There we go.
And
here
then
we
the
go,
two
here we go.
ghosts that are near Angela's character. You know what? Let's have fun.
No.
Roll
Oh,
four-
actually, I
no.
Sorry,
I
interrupt.
love it. I
actually
love it.
did
And then,
have-
of
I mean,
course,
I made that roll anyway.
butt in
But
with
yes,
rolls.
actually, I do have something for that. Spirit Touch gives me a +2 to any will rolls made to resist spiritual powers.
would have.
So I did
I mean,
have
it didn't
something.
matter.
for
Like,
that.
I made the roll.
It didn't
anyway,
matter.
Yeah, so
Made
just
the-
for future reference, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry about that.
All right, no problem. Okay, you know what? Give me
I
a
built the
14 will roll.
character entirely around ghost fighting. I min-maxed him just for the ghosts.
20.
20.
20.
You see the two ghosts approaching you. They see a sense of dread approach you, fear. But you're also facing a ghost that's half just a pair of legs. It's kind of funny when you think about it. So it doesn't affect you. This dread feeling. And now your turn, Angela.
I'll take it.
Oh, actually, not Angela. Sorry, Dan. I apologize.
Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna take a shot at
Fair
the
point,
ghosts.
Hexeter. Fair
Okay,
point.
which one? The one that's weakened or the one that seems
Well,
full
question:
power?
Are they right next to each other?
Yes.
5 foot explosion radius on the hit. So I'll just shoot at the nearest one and catch them both, assuming I hit, which is not my best skill.
Assuming you hit.
Yeah. So let's see here. So let's just roll rifle, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Where's my dice? Let's do this.
Oh, this was me using the gun. All right, because it like basically it
That's not a good
shoots
roll.
a.
No, I'm assuming that's a miss. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9.
That is a miss.
That is
Yeah.
definitely a miss.
The shot, actually, they seem to shift out of the way of the shot. It goes right
Yeah, no,
between
I
them.
mean, but basically what happens is like because they tried to use that fear power on him,
Mhm.
and as sort of like the spectral ectoplasm went through, what you saw was, the doctor had been like fiddling with his with the gun, trying to, get it charged up and working, and as the sort of fear hits, he just looks up with those weirdly glowing eyes, and you almost see like kind of like those airflow tunnels where like the power just kind of like splits and goes around as he seems to have some kind of innate resistance to it. And he just squeezes off a shot. The problem is, as badass as it looked, he's a scientist and not a man used to using rifles. In fact, you see him kind of hold the gun. Those of you who know how to use guns might notice that he's definitely like it kicks back. He's like really off balance as he's trying to set up his next shot. So,
scientist, not a gunslinger.
You can look as badass as you want, but if you don't have the skills to back it up, and yeah, basically a glowing bolt of energy just leaves the thing and just splashes harmlessly against the wall. Does no physical damage.
Right. And yeah, that's what happens. Top of the round.
Nope, actually
Looks
we get
cool.
to do the second.
Oh, right.
Legally,
Everyone with second
actions,
actions can go again. So starting top of the round for
Not
second
me.
action.
No
The
second,
second
action.
actions, I skid to a halt as I see that animate, the back of its head, as it starts climbing the stairs, and I just close one eye and fire with my pistol, trying to get in the headshot. I get headshots for free, though.
There
so
you
I
go.
don't have to pay for them.
Such a nice thing.
What am I trying to get above?
13.
That's for free.
So
Hell of a
5.
line.
I already got 13 plus my coordination.
Yes, for
17.
Yeah, you definitely hit.
So headshot in the back of the head.
Yeah, and don't roll damage. It's just it's really about doesn't see you, just blow its head off.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure headshots kill enemies.
Yeah, I think.
on
Yeah,
venom.
I believe so. Yes.
Isn't that like one of my more things? It's like
Are we thinking rotted capes, or is it?
headshots kill enemies? Could I see that? How the fuck? I'm pretty sure it says something about like.
We'll check it later, but definitely this one is definitely dead.
Yeah, I blow it. I shoot it and it falls over dead, and I continue on my merry.
Okay.
Because wasn't that what character Angel's old
let's
character
see
had? That
here.
just the instant
think it's David.
decapitation?
Yeah, David.
Like,
I'm assuming you have second
I mean,
action. So what are you gonna do?
Destroying
I'm
the head
going
kills
to-
most everything. So
Maintain the defense. I can't do anything, so I hold on. I brace the. I brace the table that we're behind. So
Okay.
so
Give me a whiz perception roll.
all right.
exactly, fairly widely accepted.
That is a 21.
21.
Oh, sorry. It is a 20.
Still pretty high.
8. No,
Pretty high.
19. Right. So this is going to be visual.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So -1 for my eye, -1 for being afraid. So 19.
Okay. You look at the cracks on the wall. They've gotten a little bit bigger, but you clearly see that the branches seem to go together at a certain point, on a certain corner of a wall.
Okay.
That's what you notice. They congregate around that area.
Yeah.
They seem to they definitely originate from that area.
My character shrugs. I've been meaning to do this for the last 2 rounds, but then something always comes up. I'm going to shoot at the branches.
Oh,
I'm going to shoot the wood.
okay.
Yeah, we had a hard time accepting these
I'm
were
gonna say they're
branches and
still
not
targets.
roots because we're underground.
They're easy enough to shoot. You shoot one. Roll damage for me.
They're in the wall.
Oh, yeah.
So that's 15 damage from me
15 damage.
to wood to
The-
attack the earth.
You hear the walls.
In my
you can
heart,
sense the
they're
walls
still
begin to
the
vibrate,
roots,
and you
they're
hear
not
a
branches.
screech. Not from.
I
the
refuse to
branches,
accept your
but from the
reality,
ghosts.
Jesus.
As they screech out in horror.
Heckin'
Upstairs, you
roots.
hear a screech from the ghosts around you. And I'm going to say, Angela, you see, as you hear that screech, both ghosts pause, and then they're like slammed back into the wall and disappear. And then immediately you see, as from those points, 2 animate hands, one on each wall, comes out.
So where there had been the branches for the ghosts,
Yes.
there's now animate hands.
Animate hands coming out of the walls.
This is a
Animate hands.
great investment.
Oh, by the way, Angela, it's now your turn.
Yeah,
Oh, because you had a second action, correct?
Yes, I
then
did.
it's now your turn. But they're now coming. They're further away. They're coming out of the rooms, but they're on the walls. Yes.
Literally coming through the wall. Yeah. Out of the wall.
You know what? I'm going. It's like, despite having not seen what's going on downstairs, I still feel like it's a valid idea. I'm gonna flip over a table and hide behind it.
You do so.
Yep.
Yep.
Because I don't think my Derringer is gonna do much against.
You might get a
hands.
headshot.
There's hands, Jesus. There's no head to
Fair
shoot.
enough. You might. Okay, I got nothing. Okay,
No,
so
no.
Dan, you don't have an extra
I
turn.
do not.
Oh,
But
hell no.
one of the goat. Actually, no. Only one of the ghosts now do, because you affected the other one pretty badly.
Yeah, I did.
1 second. The weaker ghost is annoyed. David, roll a will roll for me, please.
Oh, dear.
Hell yeah. That's a 20.
Okay.
That's a 9 and an 8 And 3 minus 1 because I'm still spooked, so 19.
Not enough.
Oh, wait. Yeah, no, I'm
Actually,
right.
no, yeah. So no, this wouldn't be that. So the larger entity,
Mm-hmm.
the more powerful one, charges at you,
Mm-hmm.
and you feel a presence in your mind trying to take control, but you're able to shrug it off.
Good deal.
The other one, weaken, is going to try
But a
to
hand would
spell
come-
the fear
Hmm.
effect again. Let's see.
So, like,
Definitely
the-
not enough. So that's
this,
their turn.
This is the hand, like,
Then the ghost upstairs.
or
just gonna
is
hang
the
out,
hand
have a good
kind
time,
of,
you know.
or is
whatever
the hand
about
is
the
crawling
feelings.
like you, and
That's
like
about it.
this
No,
finger?
actually, no. They would have a second turn,
right? Like
the regular
like
ghost.
this finger
So,
would be
yeah,
like the
that's
head.
what happens. So top of the round for the
Like,
new.
it's crawling
rounds.
like that. Or I guess
Yeah, I've shot the.
it's usually more
You said
desperate.
I've shot the things
So maybe-
head off, so I'm going to keep
You
on
know,
running
you've
up.
got
And I would
options.
say they're
You've
showing
got
that
options.
you don't waste your turn going up the stairs, and you see. Actually, you don't see the two. You don't from your angle. You don't see the two rooms to your left and right, but you clearly see Angela's character Trudy behind what looks like a table.
Great, I'm running up to the table and and jumping over it, and I'm crouching down behind her and say, "Hand from Ghost."
Gotta say, that's probably a paper that Dr. Israel has in fact already written multiple papers on, and in fact wrote the paper, had designed the hands, created the hands, taught them how to write, and made them write the paper, and then send it in. Actually, he probably then had the hands carry the paper in. There was a lot of screaming. The hands went nuts. There was blood. People got hurt. But he did in fact get published because, I mean, it's good work. It's good science.
Now, animate hands.
And I look over and
You only see the hands right now, but they're going through the wall.
all right, that's all right. I say as I'm carefully pulling out my the rifle off my back. I got this. Don't worry.
It's like, you can shoot those.
Yeah, exactly.
All
You
right.
can shoot those
That out of the way.
animates. You can
I shoot the
them.
wall again. Screw these guys.
Okay.
Pew, pew.
Another screech. You
Screech.
see that the larger ghost. Actually, with that hit, the larger ghost with the
Mhm.
branch disappears back into the wall.
Cool.
But this time, there's no animate hand coming out. And also, the weaker ghost, I'm going to say also disappears into the wall.
Good job.
Think we're out of ghost.
You beat the game.
Upstairs, though, still
We
animate hands
win.
coming out.
Oh,
Angela,
wait.
your go.
I'm gonna look at the person that fights animates. What do we do?
Well, we just wait for them to come on out, and then I shoot them in the head.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's just
Oh,
start
solid
backing up towards
plan.
that stairway, towards one of the stairs. Give us plenty of place to run if this gets dicey.
But what's down? But they're downstairs.
Oh, we're going. Okay,
Wait,
hold on.
is there more stairs going up? Is there another level
There's a
up?
stairs that goes to the dive
There's
bar upstairs.
always
It's not
more
that way.
downstairs.
Let's
in
make our way
St.
slowly
John's
towards the
Public
dive
House
bar.
of
You just
Leaves.
keep on going, rush your pretty head up there. I'm just going to take the stairs and make sure they don't follow.
Oh, all right.
Yep, and I'm just aiming.
Okay.
I'm spinning this round, I guess, aiming towards where they're.
It's not your turn yet.
Well, that's what
I know, but yeah, I know what you meant. Okay, and then as there goes, the animates go up, bursting through the wall, and at surprising speed for an animate, probably maybe because of the branches, they charge at you. I'm going to say going through the wall and getting at you, that's going to be their turn, their action for this time. And now it is Dan. The ghosts are gone.
Oh, both of them are gone?
Both of them are gone. They got sucked back into the wall.
Excellent. I stand up and start heading upstairs.
So actually, I'm going to use my snap reaction with my
Oh,
rifle
okay.
to take a shot at the
Actually,
one
wait,
that was
no.
coming through the wall. First.
Do it.
Yeah. Actually, no, wait. I'm not going upstairs. If the ghosts are gone, I'm gonna lay down my gun and start setting up the equipment.
I'm gonna
again.
do some science.
You know, whatever time I can take, 'cause sooner or later, I need to set the thing set the thing down. So
16.
16 to hit it?
Yep.
Yep,
Start
definitely
setting
hit. How
down
much
the
damage do you
science.
do? You're hitting for the head, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
I got 5, 3, so 8. This is my rifle, though.
Mhm.
So my rifle does quite a bit.
10. Jesus.
So 8, so 18, and then the head gives me +5 for
Definitely
20.
a lethal wound. That one of the animate's heads explodes.
Boom!
Bam.
And that's me for the rest of the round then.
Yep, pretty much. All right, that out of the way. So I guess top of the round.
David would get his second thing.
Second turn?
Yeah, second. Sorry, forgot about second. I keep forgetting second turns. I apologize. So yeah, David,
That
second
was
turn.
first turn, but what about second
Yeah,
turn? Yep, running up the stairs. I heard screaming.
Okay, that's your go. Angela. There's an animate right in front of you, that's getting ready to pounce on you when it's their turn.
Oh dear.
Is he blocking her path?
No, because you guys are at the stairs, but it's still charging at you.
Okay.
Okay.
So you can run up the stairs or you can shoot at
You know what? Let's see what happens when I shoot my little gun.
Shoot
Like, after whatever fuck-off rifle he had,
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna be hilarious. Here, look. Pew!
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see. I'm not aiming at anything in
Okay,
particular.
fair
I'm
enough.
not.
Fair
I'm
enough.
not combat savvy enough to be like, aim for the head.
Mm-hmm.
10.
You shoot a wall.
it. You shoot the wall and you're like, oh god, no!
Ah!
Oh no!
Do I see roots in the bullet hole, though?
Roots? No.
Haha! I found a safe place.
See, Angelo knows
I'm
her
going to
roots.
give you this. Like, the branches seem to be only where the cracks are.
Okay.
Yeah, and then Dan doesn't have an extra action, so top of the round.
I take a
Actually, no, forgot the ghost.
Yeah,
I forgot the anime is going to try to, since you're in front, Billy, the anime is going to try to attack you.
Do animates get 2 actions?
This anime would not. You're right.
Because it's spending its time charging at me.
You're right. You are 100% right. So, top of the round. A brand new round.
Great. I aim my rifle at it and take another shot.
Shoot.
God, that might 14.
14 hits.
Oh, good. Does 14 always hit? Is that the
No,
number?
it's 11 plus their coordination. Their coordination is only 2, so 13 to hit them.
Okay, great. So I am going to shoot him again. 18 plus 10, so 28 plus 5 for 33.
Yeah, dead. It's very dead.
So you just see it like bam, and you're like, and I'm like bam, and I'm like, you got him.
And with that, the two of you rush upstairs and see the aftermath.
No, I don't.
No, I don't.
I'm still downstairs. I'm
All right,
setting up my
you're setting it
equipment.
up. I forgot. Yes.
Yeah, unless something else attacks
Good
me,
point,
the next 15
Exeter.
minutes
Good
will be
point,
spent setting up
Exeter.
my
Yes.
equipment. I have science and a job to do.
Fair enough.
I'm not a mortician.
Are you
Also-
all right?
Not a mortician. Don't care.
Yes, all seems to be well up here.
I think these fellas seen better days. This as I walk towards the 2 headless corpses. Oh, it was 3 headless corpses.
Mhm.
Their heads are completely splattered,
Three.
and then
Three
I'm
headless
poking
corpses.
with my rifle at I guess the branch that kind of had fallen off, and I'm like,
Mhm.
looks like this branch was all up in their cranium.
It's peculiar. Also, what is a tree doing here in London?
Got me. We got plenty of them in Atlanta, but I ain't seen much trees out here. All right. I'm going to kneel down with the animates and start kind of. Do they have
Did y'all notice a little bit of world building there? Nicely slipped in, Billy. Because we still have a dream. We have a dream, and that dream is that we buy the IP for Unhollowed Metropolis for like $50, which is I assume what it's going for these days, and then we write Unhollowed America. We've done so much world building for this game, so much. And by we, I mean everyone but me. I've done 0 world building. It's all been Jesus and Billy and Dave. I love it.
on them?
Yeah, dirty clothing, but like nothing else really, just clothing.
I'm feeling around for anything in their pockets.
Oh yeah, everything they would have had, so maybe some pounds on them, perhaps.
I'm mostly looking for identification, but sure, or some sort of this is a noble's pocket watch or something like that. I'm trying to
Yes,
figure out.
you can from the animus, like one of them was
Yeah.
lower class, one of them was definitely.
So apparently, that was the whole thing. Like I think the IP was actually up for sale or something along those lines. We looked into it. I don't know that kind of ended in nothing, which is a shame because, like we seriously were interested. We're like, if this is a thing we can do, we would do it. But I think I'm not entirely sure how that ended up. Again, a shame. Yes, we have so much lore that for all the stuff that the main books didn't cover.
form of noble.
Oh,
as
look
far as
at
you can
this!
tell.
Look at this! I say as I pull out it looks like a very fancy. They're cracked and broken, but they're a fancy pair of glasses from the inside of the pocket. Oh, you don't see people wearing glasses unless they got money got money. So this fella probably was a client. The other ones, all I found was holes in their pockets. So either it fell off or they just poor.
Very peculiar. So, a little bit of an excursion into my own scientific field. I shot the wood inside of the wall, and the ghost seemed quite perturbed at that turn of events. So, there seems to be some sort of connection between the prevalence of these spectral anomalies and the vines and wood.
The root.
Yes, quite.
See,
And,
roots.
I don't know if
Roots.
this may help with any of these scientific goings-ons, but if you note here, there is coincidentally new damage in the wall that's the size of a Derringer bullet. And there is no root behind here, so there is a limit. It is not... And she starts to get embarrassed because she doesn't know how to talk about all this smart stuff. It's not everywhere, is what I'm trying to say. Thank you for your assistance, gentlemen.
Well done, madam.
No, I truly contributed nothing to any of this, so...
Except for, you just helped us understand where we might be safe. The ghosts become more powerful as we go further down. Roots often grow down, so we
Just
need
remember,
to find...
these are branches, not roots.
Oh, we don't know.
Nice.
I know,
Like,
how would we
I
know?
mean, aren't they kind of the same thing?
yeah,
just
fair enough,
going
but
in
I just
different
emphasize-
I am not an arborist. This is so branches and roots
Fair
in
enough,
the
fair
in the
enough.
ground we would not know.
Okay,
the
fair
difference.
All right. So, ghosts downstairs, animates up here. Where did these come from?
From the walls, it sound from it. Look, they rip through those holes right there as I point towards the holes.
And before you had arrived, there were two ghosts, two specters here. When we had not seen any on this level before, and then there was some sound down. I believe one of your guns went off downstairs, and they were pulled into the wall. It appeared, and then animate hands came through before the full animate did.
Sounds like some down deep in the cellar is causing all this ruckus.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
a
Cellar. As
root
if there was
or
a
tree
cellar.
or a
It's going
vineyard.
forever.
Animates
Forever down.
come from, if they came from these cracks in the wall, then... Deeply sorry, madam, but I'm afraid we're going to need to board them up with whatever we can find.
Of course.
Right. Excuse me. Yankee, would you mind? We need to destroy a bunch of things and then put some holes in the wall. Would you assist? Right.
Like I was born to do this. I say as I tip over a table and start just ripping off one of the chair legs to...
You know, growing up in London, actually, you learn how to do this in school. And we start doing a Night of the Living Dead style, like, fortification.
Yeah, hammering like tables against the walls, whatever we can, just to try to get close up some of the holes and the cracks. And as we're doing this, we're calling down the stairs. Hey, Doc.
Yes.
How's it going down there? Are you all right? Is there any more ghosts?
Probably. Just setting it up.
Yep. And as
Probably.
you're boarding things up, give me whoever's boarding up, give me a wits perception roll.
I think that Anne should also...
Yeah, me too.
It's her place.
Yeah.
What's perception roll? I got 13.
11.
Oh, wow. Fucking love these dice. So 16, 19, 18.
So from the holes, I'm going to say all of you except... Actually, even Angela, because it's pretty obvious. From the holes where these creatures came from, you feel a hot wind coming out of it. You look a little deeper. You dare to pop your head in. You see that... As you go in and look up, you see that the branch. But instead of just a small part of it, you see the branch. You look up and you see a thick branch that is behind the wall. And you do see where that animate originally was, where that smaller branch that was attached to the animate starts to slowly shrivel up as it reaches that branch and then just stops. And you do hear shuffling coming from further down, that vast tunnel where that thick branch is. The
So they're
shuffling
shuffling.
of the dead.
Okay, I'm sorry. So there's a tunnel behind the wall?
Yes. And the top of that tunnel seems to be that
Secret
thick branch.
tunnel.
Oh, so it's
Secret
traveling
tunnel.
like cable.
Yes.
Okay, okay. I
So
just
it's
thought
kind
it
of like what is it, Jurassic Park, when they're trying to reset the electricity, like that long ass cable in
Yes.
the top.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like I was like, hey, hold on, before we hammer this up, there's room back here, ma'am. some sort of cavern, and I pull out my lighter and just hold it up, and then I shake my head because I'm Death Watch. I reach into my rucksack and pull out like a little a gas a lantern.
Yep.
Ignite it, and then it just activates a beam straight ahead, and I'm like, this looks deep, and it definitely smells dead.
In the hell did you purchase, my lady? Right. Well, Doctor,
Yeah?
there is a development up here. It seems that there is some sort of structural difference behind the walls. Some sort of tunnel, branches, whatever those are, trees. I haven't seen trees in years. Last time
Not
I
an
saw a tree was in the
engineer,
wastelands.
not an
It spoke to me
arborist.
in my mother's voice. Anyways, trees here, terrifying things.
Is it covered in ghosts?
No, but it does seem to have the rotting smell of animates further down.
And I can hear them kind of groaning back there.
Oh, good thing you seem to be Death Watch. Not a botanist, not an engineer.
I forgot I actually
Setting
did
up
that.
etheric equipment to deal with the massive amount of spiritual entities that exist down here. Bit busy.
I look towards David's character, offer just a shrug, and say, "Well, man, if you want to stay here with the good doctor, I suppose we could take a stroll down Graveyard Lane."
I mean, look at this. Look at it this way, though. Perhaps all of this space shall be yours. You could expand, knock this wall out, a little open concept sort of thing.
Yeah, what he said. You make a nice little underground gas station. I don't know.
I think I should remain here with the doctor, ensure that no troublemakers come to try to bother him during his experiments.
Yes, if it's one thing that I've learned from the Penny Dreadfuls, is that you always coordinate to concentrate your least combat effective characters.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Not only
Two
that, but I
fighters
also learned
go
that
off,
if you
leave the
find a
two
mourner and
non-fighters.
she's working for your family, there will be romance. What? I get bored in my jail cell?
Oh my
There's a-
god,
there's
I
a-
forgot.
there's a-
Those
there-
became Penny Dreadfuls.
There's a shot of him reading Oliver White's latest novel.
Yes.
Yes.
Oliver White. Oh
all
my
right.
god.
Well, after you, Padre, I say as I slap the back of Thaddeus?
Tad. You could just say Tad.
Thad.
Mm-hmm.
And I slap your shoulder and push you into the, kind of like nudge you towards, into the hole, into the cavern.
Oh, Americans always touching.
And I follow him in, and I turn back towards the madam, tip my cap, and say, "We'll be seeing you soon, darling." And I vanish into the cavern.
God damn it, stop it. You don't have a chance.
We hope you
There we
enjoyed
go.
this episode of Fandible. If you liked it, then head on over to fandible.com. We've done a lot of games, and I'm sure there's something there you'll like. You can follow us on Facebook,
probably.
Twitter, and Discord.
Fandible,
If you find
all
a few
around.
dollars burning a hole in your pocket, then you can go
And
to
Twitch now.
patreon.com/Fandible and become a member. You get early releases and access to special Discord chats, and we get to keep the lights on. Finally, please give us a rate and review wherever you listen to podcasts.
Yeah, a lot of
It's super
stuff
helpful,
happened.
and we really appreciate it. Thanks for listening, and see you next time.
Good times. Good times. Holy crap, this was fun. I enjoyed this. This was an extra long one. So you were here for not just the very first listen along. We will be continuing to do these every week as the episodes are released. We'll be doing our evening, 9 p.m. Eastern listen alongs. I realize some people might actually have lives and do stuff on a Friday night. Those are not our target audience. Our target audience is the nerds like me that stay home on Friday night. Here I am with you. This is social. This is fun. And thank you, Exeter. I'm really glad you enjoyed it. Anybody else who's lurking, if y'all are lurking, hey, look, lurkers are the backbone of Twitch. They keep us all going. And I appreciate that, because if you were lurking, that means you were listening, you were watching, and hopefully you were enjoying. Because if you were not enjoying, you would have been somewhere else. This was your choice of things. Happy birthday, Exeter! Holy crap! Happy birthday! I am legitimately both touched and honored that you chose to spend part of your birthday here with me and with us as a group listening to this. Thank you. That honestly, like, thanks. I appreciate that. It's really cool. And I hope the rest of your birthday I mean, if this is the highlight of your birthday, no, I hope this is just one more part of your birthday, and something else will become the highlight of your day. Because my friend, you deserve, as we all do, the best on this day and any day. But I mean, it's your birthday. It's gonna be my birthday in less than a week. August 17th will be my birthday. That's a Wednesday. I think I'm streaming on my personal channel. So let's start wrapping up. It's late. It's Friday, and this was an extra long version. Our episodes are not normally 80 minutes. Thank goodness. So this was an extra long one, but it was also the inaugural one, and I was a little bit nervous. I didn't know how well this would flow, how well we would be able to. I'm just gonna sit there and listen. It's like, no, I think this went well. I think this went well. I'm excited. I'm excited and pumped for future shows. But if you liked what you saw, tomorrow evening, probably around between 7:30 to 8:30, usually at our start time for the office hours, which is exactly what's happening tomorrow. Office hours here on this channel. It's always a little up in the air, but we will have an office hours episode tomorrow for y'all if you're interested. And after that, nothing more on this channel for a while. If you're interested in watching me personally, hey, I've got a personal channel. It's Uncivilized Dan, and you know what? I'll see if I can just link it here. Let's see. Or actually, I don't have a shout out command to myself. So let's just go ahead and write it in manually. There we go. That one's mine. That one's mine. If you want to check it out. I do variety streaming there as well, but you don't have to. Here at the Fandible channel is where the tabletop RPG goodness that you all want lives. And so we have 3 shows, count them, 3 Twitch shows that happen every week on Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. Today was Friday, so today we had the listen along. Tomorrow, Saturday, we have the long established, like over 6 months of that now, office hours going on tomorrow, where we will be discussing a topic to be figured out probably 5 minutes before the show, as is our way. And then on Thursdays, just like what happened yesterday, we'll be doing What's So Great About, in which we pick one of the literally hundreds, possibly thousands, I've lost count, of PDFs that we have in our vault that we have picked up over the years and have not had the chance to play yet. And unfortunately, probably never will have the chance because too many games, not enough time. And it's a shame because there's some really good stuff in there. So every week we pull out at least one of the PDFs from our vault and just go over it, hang out, go over the PDF and try and figure out what's so great about this game. Who knows? You might just discover your new favorite. So tune in next week for that. Hopefully, see you all tomorrow. Do have to run. It is late. This was fun. Thanks so much. Thanks so much for hanging out. Exactly. Too many games, not nearly enough time, but hopefully with this show that we're going to be doing on Thursdays, we'll get to give those games a little bit of appreciation. I'm looking forward to that. Swatus96, thank you so much for hanging out. Again, anybody else who's been lurking, thanks so much. Miss Angela Kraft, stranger who I've never met before, thank you for your Prime sub early on the stream. And Arvandas, I assume you're off painting minis for our upcoming game of, what is it, Car Wars or something? No, it's yeah, I don't know. There are minis, there are cars. I have yet to open up that PDF. I probably should, because I think we have to come up with stats for that. That we're playing tomorrow? I don't know what we're playing tomorrow. I never know what we're playing tomorrow. But I do know Gaslands. That's the one. That's the one. I should probably open up that PDF and look at the rules. Well, I guess I know what I'm doing before bed tonight. Folks, thanks so much once again for hanging out. Hope you're able to join us again next week. If this was your one and only time, it was a great honor, and I'm glad you spent tonight with us. But again, really hope you're able to join us for our upcoming shows the rest of the week. This is fun for me. Hope it's fun for you. Have a great night. And once again, Hexeter, happy freaking birthday. Holy crap. Have a good one, folks. Now, which button turns this thing off? Is it, oh, here we go.